Hello everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and I am playing the demo for My Husband is a Stranger. This is a game, a visual novel from Otome Jam, which I missed this year completely, but I am excited to finally get to it and see what this game is all about. I have played a few of this game devs' visual novels before. Hi, Chattercap, if you get to see this. And I've always enjoyed the stories and also the sinister undertones to her games. So I'm very excited, and I thought that this would be perfect for the spooky season. And also, I've been meaning to check it out. And also, I cannot resist something that happens near the ocean. Also, I'm very much intrigued by the title page here and how much story we are already getting just from the image here, which, I'll speculate as we go on, but I definitely think that if this guy is the husband, then definitely is a sea monster or some sort or involved in the sea monster. I don't know. Anyways, it'll be fun. Anyways, let's get started. My first name, I will be Marie today, and then Blue, and here are my pronouns. Awesome. Ooh, you, the main character, won't have a defined appearance. However, isolated body parts such as hands may appear in certain parts of the game. Please pick your skin color. Wow, what a nice feature. I love this. Okay, I definitely am a bit more here, I guess. I'm not like... I'm here. Okay. Especially given the summer's just ended. Food preference. I can leave that there. I can leave this here. And we'll stick with Moon Crossing for... You play as a novelist. What is the name of your time-traveling fantasy novel? Moon Crossing sounds like a novel I would pick up. Let's just confirm. Yeah. Also, please pause the screen if you want to read any of this. I just read fast. Oh, we start on day 2. Ooh, I like this page. I also am so in love with blues, like colors, as colors. So this is also really fun for me to look at. We're sailing somewhere. Oh. My husband left me. The cold early morning light drifts through the windows as I wander between the rooms like a ghost, searching for that familiar mop of blonde hair. How did you know he left you? Like, left you? Like, he left for the store? Went to go get some groceries? I don't know. Okay. This is a really big room. I also like that we have a desk opened up to the window and to the sea, the ocean, and things. Normally, he's awake far before me. When I wake up, I'll find him in the kitchen, putting on the kettle for tea and preparing breakfast. I look in the kitchen. I look in the guest bedroom, in the bathroom, in the living room. I even search the storage as if I'll find him hiding among the boxes. I mean, that one's a stretch, but why would he leave without saying anything? But Morgan is nowhere to be found. Oh, damn. Also, look at this duck. So cute. Of course he left me. I wonder why he didn't leave me sooner. I cough, the air scraping painfully along the inside of my throat. I rub my neck to soothe some of the ache. Oh, or is our character sick? Oh no. My mouth is swimming with the taste of salt and acid, as if I just vomited up a bucket of seawater. Ooh. The echoes of our argument from last night still sting my ears, like sharp fragments of broken glass. Oh no. He never raises his voice. His tone is usually calm, conciliatory, and vaguely sympathetic. If he does end up saying something that is overly pointed, he instantly deflates. as if the jagged edge of his words sliced through his own skin, his anger dribbling out through the torn flesh. Ooh, imagery. Nice. So I was shocked when he yelled at me. I'm always recording when I can't really yell. But we're fine. Oh, Morgan. Okay. This is enough. We are not staying on this island. The isolation, the memories, everything about this place is rotting you from the inside out. Okay. Like, so we're talking about how we, as our character, Marie Blue, is not good for us? We probably have had this conversation before. I've held my tongue. I've waited for you to heal in your own time. But I can't watch you do this to yourself. As soon as the storm clears up, we are leaving. I can't remember what happened after that. The rage and despair and the alcohol all churned in my brain like a particularly bloody cocktail. One minute I was screaming, and the next I was waking up on the couch with a throbbing head and a raw throat. Okay, so are we... Okay, I'm just questioning how our throat symptoms were. Is it because we were screaming last night, or is it part of this illness? Or maybe it's more like, if we're talking about isolation, we're just not in a good space. Maybe. Okay. I vaguely recall throwing something at him. A book? A glass? I look around, but I can't find anything out of place. Just a half-full mug of tea lying on the table, creamy with milk. Is that for me? Morgan must have cleaned up. He's always so diligent about that. He wasn't like that in the past. His college dorm room was a whirlwind of textbooks, laundry, watercolor paints, and pencil doodles strewn everywhere like fallen leaves. But ever since we moved in together, he took on the responsibility of leaving everything as neat and tidy as the cover of an interior design magazine. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Still, I wonder why he didn't toss out the tea. Is it for us? Unless it's cold. Oh, maybe he was taken. Who knows? These are only my my speculations. But that wouldn't explain like it's so tidy. I wander around the living area, not sure what I should do. Should I continue searching for him? There's no point. I already know he's gone. Man, we gave up real fast. I mean, I could get it based on the context, given the argument and everything. But I guess we have to remember what we screamed at him thereafter all that conversation with Morgan. Should I look to see if he left me a note? But I don't see one. He would have left it in a visible place if he was going to leave one. Should I make breakfast for myself and continue with my day as if nothing happened? I can't do that. The thought of sitting at the kitchen table alone makes me feel indescribably hollow. Oh, that's right. The boat? What boat? We usually keep a small motorboat tethered to the dock to make trips back to the mainland. If Morgan left, then the boat will be gone. The ground outside has turned from a well-worn trail into a muddy mess, courtesy of the storm last night. Dirt clings to my shoes as I make my way down to the shore. I pause at the top of the hill, overlooking the coastline. I sweep my gaze to and fro, once, twice, and 3 times. There's nothing. No small white boat anywhere in sight, just a vast, empty expanse of gray water. Could he have gone to go get something? I mean, I guess he would have left a note. Or maybe he was angry and he left for a bit, but he was going to come back? I don't know. I lower my face, rubbing my sleeve across my eyes as I try my best not to crumble. That hollow, aching loneliness is wrapping its arms around me now, threatening to drown me. But then I see him. Someone standing on the shoreline, a tall figure with pale blonde hair, wearing a white shirt and a pair of dark pants. I nearly trip over my own shoes as I scramble down the hill towards the man. I sprint across the beach, soggy and sand flying like confetti in my wake. Morgan! He looks up. Meet your husband. Husband or stranger. Meet him. This is my objective. I don't know. I didn't see what my husband looked like, except on the title screen, and we only saw the silhouette. Why are we living on an island? That's my other question. The damp strands of his the damp strands of his bangs frame his pale face. The cold ocean spray has drained all the color from his skin. He looks like a mess. Oh, he's blinking. Still, warm relief floods my chest. I hadn't realized how badly I had wanted to see him. Morgan didn't leave. I speak, trying to calm my trembling voice. What happened? Why are you out here? You're so wet. Yeah, look at your shirt. I reach out to him. I reach out to touch his shirt, and a shiver runs through my arm. You're freezing! I'm gonna try and make this lower. That's not very low, but whatever. Morgan raises his arm, examining the way his sleeve clings to his skin with mild interest. It's as if he just realized that he's soaking wet. I wanted to take a walk to clear my head. Oh, this is not Marie. I should not have named my character Marie. I'm gonna get confused. I wanted to take a walk to clear my head, but I got surprised by a wave and fell over. Oh, okay. How clumsy, but cute. He tries to brush the rocky sand from the seat of his pants to no avail. The man gazes at me with a soft look in his eyes. He lifts his arm and caresses my cheek. His touch is light as a feather, as if he's making sure that I'm truly standing in front of him and not a ghost playing tricks. But where's the boat? Is my question. Where would the boat be? Do we have neighbors we would lend it to? Then his hand travels downward, tickling the underside of my chin. Suddenly, he doubles over, clutching his chest. Oh God, what's happening? Are you all right? I am okay. Just feeling a little cold, that's all. Why would you double over? His raspy, hoarse voice doesn't relieve my worries. Offer him your jacket. Here, take my jacket. I start to unbutton my jacket, but Morgan puts a hand up. It's all right. I'll just get it dirty. I should go inside and take a shower anyway. Oh, okay. You have to be more careful. What would you have done if you were swept out to sea without me to watch you? Although Morgan loves frolicking in the shallows, he sinks like a stone if he goes too deep. On the other hand, I'm a skilled swimmer. Why aren't you a skilled swimmer, Morgan? I always tell him not to venture too far into the water if I'm not around. Okay. I'm assuming we moved to the island because of our character, and Morgan followed along then. It seems... That would be my guess for how this couple ended up on this island. Maybe it belongs to our family or something we've always wanted to live on an island. Who knows? My husband smiles. Cute. Are you worried about me? Of course. My throat feels hollow, and for some reason my heart hurts even more than before. I don't know. I want to be nice. This is gonna get me in trouble. we're gonna hug him. Of course I'd be I mean, let's think about it. I mean, they fought. Obviously, words were said. Probably. I mean, I don't know what we said. It could have been really bad. Morgan, I mean, the yelling is a reflection of being frustrated. Um, okay, so perhaps this is a reflection of, the situation. It's not exactly excusable, but they do need to talk about it. But I do think it's normal to hug him, so we're gonna do that. I step forward and wrap my arms around my husband. It's not a pleasant hug. He's cold and wet, his skin still slick from seawater. Ugh. And he doesn't have his usual scent, warm and clean like freshly laundered sheets on a summer afternoon. Instead, when I breathe in, all I can sense is salt and seaweed. Still, I squeeze him as tightly as I can. He feels safe. He feels like home. When I finally let go, I step back. I brush some sand from the front of my jacket, scanning the shoreline. By the way, where's the boat? The boat? The motorboat. The one that we keep right here. It's gone. It's gone. I gesture empathetically towards the dock, with the obviously empty spot where the boat should have been. You're right. It's gone. He doesn't seem bothered in the slightest. At best, he sounds mildly surprised. Morgan, this is a big problem. That boat is our only way back to the mainland. Did it wash away in the storm? But the rope should have been strong enough for any weather. I forgot a lot of things that my grandfather lectured me about, but I never forgot the knots that he taught me. Okay, our grandfather had some sailing knotting history, okay. It must have. He shrugs. Morgan! Why is he acting this way? Admittedly, I'm usually the worrywart between the two of us. Still, my husband isn't careless. These things happen. There's not much that we can do about it. Now. No use worrying. Okay, but we don't have an extra boat, do we? It's not as if we were planning on leaving anytime soon, anyway. Huh? That's not right. That's not what you said last night. You said that you wanted to leave as soon as the storm cleared up. It's just for a brief moment, but I could swear that I see irritation flashing across my husband's features. I didn't see it. I was reading. However, after I blink, that emotion is gone, replaced by guilt. Right. I was a little heated. I was just saying things. I didn't mean it. You want to finish your next book, right? We can stay as long as you want. But what if something happens? We need the boat in case there's an emergency. What if one of us gets hurt or sick? Well, if you're worried, I'll call and see if someone saw the boat. Maybe we can get someone to come out and bring us a new one. All right. I mean, that's a reasonable pathway to solution. Morgan's brows furrow, and he looks down. I'm sorry for the things that I said last night. I shouldn't have tried to force you. Your grief is your own. I shouldn't have asked you to cope with it in my way. I'm gonna be so like, yeah, okay, thank you. I'm totally getting killed. Oh my god. Thank you. I'm not sure if Morgan really means it, or if he's just saying this to make me feel better, but I thank him anyway. I understand that he means well. What made you change your mind? Nothing much. After I had time to think over what I had said, and how you must have felt, I realized how much I had hurt you. He reaches out and squeezes my hand. You're the most important person in my. Ugh. You're the most important person in the world to me. My family. My heart clenches in my chest. Oh god, backstory time. We met during our sophomore year of high school and started dating not long after. A few months later, my husband opened up to me about his family life. His mother had struggled with substance abuse and lost custody of him multiple times. She died from an overdose when he was in elementary school, and after that, he was put into foster care. After bouncing around several foster homes in his youth, he ended up being adopted by a decent upper middle class family. While his relationship with them is good, he told me that he always felt a little disconnected from his parents compared to their biological children. Sometimes it feels like I'm not a real part of that family, he said. He took it back almost immediately, his face brimming with guilt. They gave him a wonderful home after all. Still, no matter how much he denied it, I knew that it was true. We stayed together through college and got married less than a year after we graduated. The night after the ceremony, he hugged me tight and whispered, "We're a family now." I was Morgan's family, not the family that he was placed with, not the family that neglected him. No, I was the family that he chose. The memory aches like an old wound. Morgan trusted me. He called me his family. I should have made him happy. I should have made him feel loved and accepted in all the ways that he didn't before. Instead, I just made him miserable. As he speaks, my husband's fingers feel uncomfortably cool and moist in my own. You're my family, and yet I didn't treat you like that. That's not true. I know that he tries every day to make me feel like the most precious person in the entire world. That he's always thinking of me in ways to make me feel happy. That I've never felt unimportant or unloved. I want to say this. I want to say all of this, but all that escapes my lips is a hollow. It's okay. So many thoughts, inner thoughts. I am curious. I had thought about it. I took a quick break earlier. And what happened day one? I wonder if that will be revealed later on. Because I think that's very important for what is even happening right now, you know? Anyways, when we go back to the cottage, we both make sure to shed our sandy shoes outside. Wow, what a mouthful. Shed our sandy shoes. I like it. Morgan, who's still dripping wet, waits in the entrance while I fetch him a towel. I urge him to take a warm bath. In the meantime, I get out the ingredients for breakfast. My husband is usually the one in charge of the meals and most of the other household chores, but I want to have a hot meal ready when he comes out. However, the smell of the food makes me feel unexpectedly ill. I lean on the counter, trying to calm the sickening feeling in my stomach and my throbbing headache. You're still feeling sick. He's like, no. Cute face. Cute expression, rather. My husband comes up from behind me and brushes my cheek with the back of his fingers, feeling the cold sweat. He must have toweled it off, but his hair is still damp from the bath. Still sick? Yeah. After dinner last night, you started vomiting in your bedroom. I helped you clean up. Then I brought you down to the couch to rest. I did. As the memories trickle back into my mind, I just feel sicker. The sludge of horror and guilt at my own actions makes my head spin. Ooh. I can't believe that I did something so foolish. So dangerous. Another pang of nausea washes over me like a tidal wave. Why don't you lie down on the couch? I know you probably want to get back to your writing, but I'd rather be close in case something happens. The burning sensation in the pit of my stomach stops me from protesting. If I start choking on my own vomit, then it would be better to be somewhere Morgan could keep an eye on me. I lie on the couch obediently, putting up no resistance as Morgan props my head on one of the cushions and drapes the knit blanket over me. He disappears into the kitchen, and a few minutes later I can hear the familiar trickle of water into a cup. He reappears, cradling a mug, soft billows of steam wafting from the tea inside. Here, ginger tea with some honey. He looks so cute here. Like his eyes are sparkling. I don't know who to trust anymore. I want to trust him, but I'm also scared because I don't know what happened yesterday, which is really fun given that, well, I guess really the main character also doesn't know. Anyways, it's keeping us in suspense. I take a sip. The warm, spicy liquid soothes my aching throat. After draining half the cup, I hold it up, squinting at it. It's a hand-painted ceramic mug with a dark blue base, haphazardly dotted with purple and white squiggles. Oh, cute. This is your mug. Where's mine? Ah. Discomfort paints his features. Did you throw that yesterday? It broke during our fight. Don't you remember? I searched my memories of last night. I picked up the mug, my fingers encircling the smooth ceramic handle, and I threw it. I threw it at you. Morgan dons an expression that's halfway between a grimace and a smile. Yeah. I remember when we first made those mugs. We dropped by a paint-your-own pottery studio on a whim when we were in high school, right after we started dating. Oh. We agreed to exchange our handiwork. Morgan painted a colorful medley of flowers, lilies and tulips and daisies and roses. I tried my best to paint sea lavender, but it ended up looking more like purple and white seaweed. Still, Morgan was overjoyed. He was simply happy that I remembered his favorite flower. We've used those mugs for over 10 years. They were one of our first precious memories together. Tears burn in the corners of my eyes. I can see the shattered, mangled remnants of Morgan's carefully painted flowers. Sensing my distress, my husband puts an arm around my shoulder. He draws me close and presses his lips against my forehead. His skin is soft and cool. Don't worry. We can make a new set. I've gotten better. I'll paint you a nicer one next time. I feel bad though that we threw the mug. Ah! But it's happened. We can make new ones. That'd be nice. I wonder what are in these paintings here. The frames. You can kind of see like vague outlines, like silhouettes of people, I guess. I guess it's not too important. At least right now. After finishing the tea, we talk for a little while longer before Morgan descends to tend to some chores. My head is still reeling with pain, so I decide to do some light reading. I go to the bookshelf and pick... Light reading. Let's do a collection of folktales. I pick up the dark green book. It's well worn and frayed along the edges. It used to be one of my favorite childhood books. I'd frequently bury my nose between the pages on rainy afternoons. I settle on the couch and start to read. A young man who has just reached 16 years of age falls in love with a young woman, but the young woman is poor, and so his family forbids them to wed. They run off together, throwing themselves into the sea, so if they can't be together in life, then at least they can be together in death. I know this story well. Grandpa always told me that after they died, the tragic pair cursed this region. There were at least a dozen cases of couples dying tragically in these parts. And why are we here? Between the lines, read an interesting book. Okay. I yawn before turning the page. I don't know why we're here in this, if we know that. I would be concerned. Maybe we're not superstitious, our character, but okay, we're falling asleep. I'm assuming. My eyes flutter open, blurry and unfocused. My body is stiff from sleeping. The book has been returned to the coffee table with my bookmark peeking out from between the pages. My head has been propped up on a pillow, too. Judging from the fading light tracing harsh shadows in the living room, it must be late afternoon or early evening. Why does he look so cute? When he hears the creak of the couch, my husband comes from the kitchen and peers down at me. A comforting, savory aroma clings to his clothes. Hey, I made some soup. Do you think you can eat it? I get up on my elbows, rubbing sleep from my eyes, and nod. As I sit up, Morgan refolds a blanket and lays it over my legs. He passes me a tray with a bowl and a spoon. The white soup contains chunks of pale yellow potatoes, chopped green herbs, and flakes of smoked fish. It looks good. It sounds good. The rich, comforting scent hangs in the air. I press a palm over my stomach to stop it from gurgling. I haven't eaten since last night, almost a full day ago. The creamy savoriness of the soup warms me from the inside out, soothing my raw throat and my jumpy stomach. The subtle sweetness from the onion mingles with the rich smokiness from the fish. I don't recognize this dish. When Morgan makes potato soup, he usually adds leeks and thyme, pureeing it until it's smooth as silk. That kind is delicious too, his cooking always is, but I like the varied textures of this new version. I sip the pale liquid before taking a bite of soft potato. Is it good? I nod, taking another bite. I hadn't realized how empty my stomach was until now. As soon as I chew one spoonful, I'm finding myself reaching for another. Before I know it, the bowl is half empty. Hey, eat a little. I erupt into a fit of coughs. Some of the potatoes went down the wrong way. Ooh, some. Oh gosh. Morgan takes the bowl and puts it on the side table before caressing my back. He continues rubbing gentle circles until I stop coughing. I lean into the crook of his neck. Even though he took a bath a while ago, he still smells faintly of salt water. I feel like I would ask. If I'm thinking it, we should ask. Are you still angry at me? Morgan? Angry? I was never angry at you. You... I must have misunderstood then. You've never talked to me like that before, so you seemed angry. I guess I was frustrated. But not with you. I was frustrated with the situation, that's all. And with myself, knowing that I couldn't do anything to help you. My husband takes the empty bowl back to the sink. He ushers me to continue sitting when I try to stand and help. However, as I sit, a sharp pain sears through my intestines, sending a shiver of nausea through my body. I shudder and clap my hand over my mouth. As soon as he sees that, my husband rushes back to my side and reaches for the bucket he had left by the couch. He supports my head as I vomit, half-digested potato splattering onto the bottom. Ooh. When my stomach is finally empty, Morgan hands me a paper towel to wipe my mouth. I will say, though, I wouldn't know if he would assume that we feel nauseous, but, I don't know if, eating something creamy would be good. Like, a good move in terms of just the creaminess and heaviness of it, you know? I'm sorry. I should have known you shouldn't eat anything. I shake my head. The acid lingers on my tongue. No, I just ate too much. It's not your fault. My eyes follow him as he walks to the kitchen, watching as he disposes of the vomit and searches for the bleach to sterilize it. I hate this. I hate having my husband see me like this, so frail and weak. I know that tired old wisdom that you should marry someone who will stay with you through thick and thin, someone who will love you at your worst. It's even a part of traditional Christian wedding vows. For better, for worse. For richer, for poorer. in sickness and in health. I don't feel like that about Morgan. Not because I don't love him. The opposite, in fact. I do love him. I love him more than anyone. And so I only want him to see the best side of me. Loving me should be easy and fun and effortless, like living on clouds. I don't want him to have to clean up my vomit. I don't want him to regret marrying me. Ooh, okay, so insider thoughts there. Okay. Let's see where I am. I'm just checking my time. But interesting thoughts. I definitely think, at least from what I understand, it seems like I would assume that our character, like, have we been? It seemingly what I'm getting is that our character gets sick or has been sick on and off. But that wasn't a usual thing, especially given that they met in high school and college, unless that was always a thing. But who knows? But they are choosing each other, so I am curious though if like our character being sick is a new thing or not. But I could understand where our character is coming from, you know. But I guess we'll see how that plays out. Also, given what we know about his history, what his family has been like biologically and adoptive family, and strong feelings of him, you know, Morgan and the character choosing each other. That's also very good to keep in mind, and that, like, I don't think it's necessarily something of a situation where they wouldn't keep choosing each other, but we're gonna have to see. Because I'm really not sure what happened when we argued last night. Anyways, we'll find out soon enough. After I've brushed my teeth and changed my clothes, I lie back down on the couch. My body stiffens when my husband sits next to me. He sets the newly clean puke bucket on the ground. I'm sorry that you had to clean all of that up. My small voice is made all the smaller by my embarrassment. Don't apologize. I'm happy to do. Well, I guess happy isn't the right way to put it. But the fact that I can be here to help you, that genuinely makes me happy, as he blushes. When you're up there all alone in your room, I get worried, you know? What do you mean? It's not as if I'm going to keel over any moment. It's not that. He has that lost, hazy look in his eye again, as if he's gazing at something he can't see. I don't know how to explain it exactly. Even if I know that you're just upstairs, it feels like I don't really know that you're there. Sometimes I think that I'll open the door and the room will be empty. When he sees my confused expression, he sighs and strokes a hand through his hair. It's like you're floating on a boat in the middle of the sea, and I'm standing on the shore facing away. I can feel you drifting away. Each moment I can't see you, I can sense the ocean taking you farther away from me. And finally, when I turn around, I'll find that you're just gone, swept away to another island or drowned, I don't know. And you'll just be gone. That scares me. A lot. Okay, I get it. I understand. I'm sorry for making you feel that way, for worrying you so much. He looks into my eyes, searching for something there. Then he presses his lips against my forehead. Well, it doesn't really matter. Regardless, I like having you here, where I can touch you, where I can hold you in my arms knowing you're here with me. It's reassuring. Mm-hmm. I lean closer, reaching down to stroke the bracelet on his left arm. Oh, we can see our hands. Great. But what is this bracelet? It's an anchor. It's not a particularly gaudy accessory. A slim navy rope coils around his wrists. The ends are strung together with a shining silver clasp, shaped like an anchor. If you flip it over, the anchor has his name engraved on the other side. Ooh. Am I that tan? I don't know if I made myself a little too tan. Anyways, it was the birthday present that I got him for the year we started dating. It was my first real gift for him, and I spent a long time trying to think of something that would make him happy. I eventually splurged on this, a personalized bracelet from a small shop online. It wasn't that expensive, but to the high school me, it cost a fortune. It was based on an inside joke of ours. I was constantly daydreaming, losing myself in my fantasy world and thinking up new ideas for my novel. Morgan always had to snap me back into reality, so I would jokingly say, "You're the only thing anchoring me on Earth. Otherwise, I'd float into the clouds." Aw, cute. My eyelids droop, heavy with sleep, as I trace my fingers along the curves of the smooth, worn metal. My husband has worn it every day since I gave it to him. He wears it more than his wedding ring, even. But wait. I scuffed my thumb against the bottom of the anchor. The surface is blackened and tarnished as if it's covered in some kind of mold. I don't, can kind of see it. I don't know if it would be concerning to me. It's just more like maybe it's worn down. Morgan always keeps it clean. Oh, why is it so dirty? Before I can fiddle with the bracelet more, my husband pulls his hand away and rests it on the couch armrest, out of my reach. The dirt still bothers me, but I'm too tired to chase it. As I drift off to sleep again, I imagine lying on the boat in the middle of the ocean. I can't see the shore, but I can still feel my husband, the feel of his body against mine, the slight rise and fall of his chest as he breathes. That feeling anchors me in place, and I know I won't drift away. When I open my eyes again, I'm drowning in darkness. Morgan is gone. He must have laid me down and rearranged the blanket and pillow at some point after I fell asleep. My throat is still raw and slightly swollen. I wobble up and make my way to the kitchen, tracing my fingers along the walls and the furniture to guide me through the shadows. After I chug a glass of water at the sink, I make my way back to my makeshift bed. However, as I'm walking back, a bright light catches my eye. Still groggy from sleep, I wander towards it, like a moth to a flame. The bright light that fills the bathroom burns my eyes, which are too accustomed to the dark. A man is standing in front of me. Who is that? Who is that? Yeah, who is that? I squint. Pale skin, mid-length, light blonde hair, tall, slim build. As I put together the pieces in my mind, I recognize him. Ah, that's right. It's my husband, Morgan. But what is he doing up? He lifts a clenched fist before rotating it, unfurling his fingers. Huh? Dozens of little colorful jelly beans fall from his hand. I wait for the clack as they spill onto the tiled floor, yet for some reason they vanish in midair. Okay. I stand there in a daze for a moment, trying to figure out what I'm witnessing. What are you doing? Morgan stops. He turns to look at me. His gaze is freezing cold, stabbing me through the heart like a dagger. The cold expression looks so unnatural on his face, as if it doesn't belong there. Then his features softened, the dagger retreating back into its scabbard. Scabbard? Scabbard. Yep. Oh. Oh. He smiles in a way that's very unsettling. It's nothing. Go back to sleep. What does this mean? 14, 20. I finished. Okay. Did I discover things? 12 years ago. Oh gosh, but I need to. What happened? What just happened in the bathroom? Did we hallucinate something? Or do you think something happened to him? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get through the 12 years ago because I really want to know. 12 years ago. I have no idea what's happening. I'm assuming this is when we met. On the canvas, a symphony of blues coalesces into a stormy scene. Dark rain cloud swirls on the top half, mirrored by the chaotic waves of the ocean below. Delicate pale blue strokes are overlaid on top, mimicking raindrops. A small white boat struggles to stay afloat in the turbulent waters in the middle of the painting. Half of it is obscured by a particularly high wave. Is the boat sinking? A tiny figure clings to the edge of the boat, his head dipped towards the waters. Is he attempting to keep his balance, to figure a way out of this mess that he's in? Or is he staring into the abyss, trying to come to terms with the fate that inevitably awaits him? The painting descends, carving a jagged white line through the blue expanse, straight through the boat. I don't even see the boat. It fades into the empty spaces at the edge of the canvas, cleaving the stormy scene in two. My fingers cling tighter to the worn doorframe. I lean a little closer, edging myself out of the safety of the doorway to get a closer look at the painting in the middle of the art classroom, and the blonde teenager swinging his brush. Strange. Usually his paintings are so cheerful and bright, with warm, saturated colors. Sunny coastlines and fields of flowers and vibrant sunrises. This is the first time that I've seen him paint something so dark. Maybe he's in a bad mood. Morgan isn't the most popular guy at my high school, but he's calm, unshakable. But his calm, unshakable cheeriness draws people to him like a magnet. He's like one of those wobble toys with the weighted bottoms. Even if you try to push him over, he springs back up, the offense rolling off him as naturally as an ocean wave. Still, he's human. He has to feel upset sometimes. I wish I could worm into his brain and see what he's thinking about. Hey, are you gonna come in, or are you just gonna spy on me from the door the entire time? Ooh, a seashell necklace. I jump and nervously look from side to side, wondering if it's too late for me to pretend that I was walking past. It's okay. Don't worry, you can come in. I bite my lip and step into the classroom, standing near the doorway. If I had a tail, it would definitely be tucked between my legs. Baby Morgan, the little hoodie. I wasn't trying to be weird. Your paintings were so pretty, and I like looking at them and seeing how they're made. I curse inwardly. That is being weird, you dummy. Now Morgan thinks that you're a creep and a stalker. I know. You always come by and look at my stuff, right? I'm flattered. You're really talented. Ugh, I sound so awkward. Have I ever interacted with another human being? Am I an alien trying to navigate my first conversation with an earthling? He laughs. Thank you. I'm nothing special, but painting is fun. He brushes off my compliment like a drop of rain that fell onto his jacket. Morgan has always been like that. Whenever people try to flatter him, he recites the same lines. Thank you, you're very kind, but it's nothing special. Part of my heart stings with irritation, jealousy crawling through my insides. He's so used to receiving compliments that they're worthless to him. He throws them away like weak old trash. But part of me admires him. It's as if he's saying that he's not making art for an audience. He's doing it because he loves it. Because it's his passion. Okay, so does he, paint now? 12 years... has he been painting? I guess is my question. It's cliche, but there's something pure about the way he talks about painting. I hover around the doorway like a lost jellyfish, not quite sure if I should leave or not. You can watch if you want. But only if you let me read that novel you're writing. A novel? The word comes out so rough that it sounds like I butchered it with the knife. I don't really write or anything like that. Just things for school, you know? My cheeks burn as I avert my gaze. Oh, really? He shoots me a cheeky grin. Whenever you don't have your nose in a book, you're glued to your laptop, tapping away on something that seems way more interesting than a school project. And that short story that you wrote for English was way too good. You've definitely had some practice. Huh? My heart plummets. Morgan has been watching me that closely. I always thought that I was practically invisible. My mind races through all the embarrassing things I've done in the past week. Did he see that time I stumbled over my own shoelaces in the hallway? Or that time when I spent 5 minutes trying to get my locker to close? Has he noticed all the times I looked at him? That's a good question, too. Morgan raises an amused eyebrow. A friend of mine found those chapters that you printed at the library, too, although I made him throw them away. I figured you wouldn't want them getting around. Oh, no. I wish a hole would appear beneath me and drop me straight into the molten lava at the center of the earth. I just saw a few sentences, but it looked really interesting. All right. Upon hearing my hesitant mumble, the boy waves his hand dismissively. You don't have to show me. I'm not trying to force you or anything. Are you blushing? I love when character sprites blush. It's my favorite thing. It's really all right. I don't mind. My fingers fumble over the zipper of my backpack, and I drop my laptop on the nearest table. Morgan washes his hands and sits on the stool in front of the computer. I only finished the first few drafts, and it's still the first, or few chapters rather, and it's still the first draft. Not even the first draft. More like a brainstorm, just getting ideas on the page, so it's super rough. Oh, okay. He hums with interest and leans closer. I pull out my phone, pretending to be doing something important. Flicking through a string of funny dog videos does nothing to ease my nervousness. Every once in a while, I lift my eyes to study his expression. It's perfectly neutral, like the surface of a calm sea. If he wants to laugh or sneer, he's hiding it well, although he doesn't look that excited either. Do people usually look really excited when they read something interesting? I don't know. I could get really excited about something, but I guess if I'm in front of someone, I might keep it more neutral, like more so as an instinct of sorts. But I don't know. I have no idea. I've never shown my writing to anyone before. He's not reacting, so that must mean it's boring. He's forcing himself to finish, and oh no, my heart jumps when he suddenly turns his eyes from the computer, landing on me, staring right at him. It's good. Really good. You don't have to say that. I know it's a mess. All the details of my fantasy novels spin in my mind, taunting me. The 10 chapters with names that are impossible to pronounce, the half a dozen countries that are difficult to keep track of, even with a map. The 10 pages dedicated to explaining the intricacies of the magic system. Ooh, 10 pages of magic system. I want to know about that. Morgan's a nice guy. Of course, he wouldn't say anything other than it's good, no matter how horrible and boring and nonsensical he thought it was. My inner voice is wailing, pounding at the inside of my skull. Why did I show him? He wrings his hands, rubbing some of the dried paint from his fingers. It does take a lot of courage to show something that you've made or are doing, even when it's still, like, in progress. So, kudos to you, girl. Well, I admit I was going to read it and try to encourage you, since writing a whole novel is so cool, and you're cool for doing it. But it's really, really good. I'm not just saying that to be encouraging. It's seriously good. I love the concept where Lucy time travels between the ancient world and the modern world, changing the course of history with her choices. It's so interesting. There's so much you can do with that. Thank you for saying that. I try to sound as genuine as I can, but my thanks comes out in an insincere frog's croak. Morgan lets out a short exhale. He scrapes blue paint from one of his nails as he thinks. I'm not saying it's perfect. There were some parts that I thought were confusing, like the 3 characters that get introduced whose names all start with A. I want to cry. And the explanation of the politics was kind of long. I definitely want to cry. But we need to edit. It's okay, girl. That one scene where Lucy is falling through a space of mirrors, watching her life play out in the reflections, it was so vivid. From your description, I could picture it so clearly in my head. She's tumbling like a black feather through this white emptiness, her memories flashing past like ghosts at the edge of the frame. When I was reading it, I thought, I really want to paint this. It was beautiful. He's telling the truth. My insecurity screeches, saying that he's lying, unless he's a really good liar. That was pretty detailed. Yet when I hear the unabashed sincerity in Morgan's words, those screeches get quieter and quieter until they're a murmur at the back of my mind. He's telling the truth. He's actually telling the truth. I can feel my face growing hot, flushed with self-consciousness and pride as I realize that Morgan, of all people, wants to paint my work. I want to run out of the room and jump for joy, both at the same time. What I wrote is actually good. When you finish the next chapter, show me, okay? I have to know what happens after Lucy meets the Shade again. All right, yeah. Trip down memory lane, reminisce about the past for the first time. Okay. Oh, we're gonna leave it there. We're on day 3. Yeah. Hopefully you are enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I am really intrigued by the mystery of it all. One, that what we just saw was a little bit more of context of how Morgan and our character got together back in high school, which is awesome. And knowing that he's a painter and that our character is a novelist, a writer, was really cool. And seeing how they kind of like connected initially and how they met, it's really nice. So I'm really intrigued by the mystery of how their relationship has developed over the last 12 years. But then also what has just happened the day before, where we wake up in the morning and where the story started. What was the argument really about? Apparently we threw the mug at him. Gosh, that's so scary. I feel like we should talk about that, like Morgan and the character should talk about that a little bit more. But maybe we will as time goes on. That's why I kind of made that choice earlier of asking when we were at dinner or something was happening and I had my character say, "Are you angry with me?" Because I feel like we should talk about it for sure. And I'm now wondering, I don't know, like, is this it could still be as sinister as I think it is, the story, but it also could be something more talking about relationship themes and also, I don't know, maybe kind of the changes you go through with someone as you know, are in a in a romantic commitment based like relationship and all that stuff. So I am very curious, I'm very intrigued, and this is just like day 1 and that little past excerpt. So I will leave it there. I hope that you have enjoyed it and are just as intrigued. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about. What do you think of Morgan? Like, should we trust him? I've been making choices to like trust him overall, because I do want to trust him. Like, at the end of the day, I really do. So we'll see how that will turn out. I'm surprised we have a few options already, like in terms of choices, but I'm excited about that. But anyways, if you like the video, don't forget to press the like button. And if you want to see more of my I was gonna say my stranger is a husband. My husband is a stranger of this demo, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you'll get notified if you press the bell when I post more. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.